Hey everybody, it's Kim Shivler. Today I'm going to talk just briefly about resizing our images before we put them into our WordPress blog posts or pages. Particularly when we're taking pictures from our phone. These pictures come out really big, and we want to resize them before we upload them to WordPress, because even though WordPress will display the size smaller, that big image is still back there and can make our page loads slower, and that's not good. We want our pages to load as fast as possible. So I'm going to show you how to quickly resize an image using PicMonkey. I had never used this before, but it's a resource people have been asking me about. I tend to use Photoshop just because I have that whole series of applications, and I've used it for a long time. But I really am liking this. It's very easy to use, and at only $40 a year as compared to my Photoshop, which is about, I pay for the whole package, so I think it's almost $60 a month, $50 or $60 a month. It's a great deal. So I have logged into my PicMonkey, and I'm just going to click on Edit to pick the image that I'm going to resize. Now this is for my upcoming How to Build a Website in 8 Hours or Less class that we're taping, and it's a site called Pebbles Says, about my cat Pebbles, her brothers, her sisters, and our household. So I click on that and it opens. This is a big picture of Pebbles walking away and giving us the tail, which she does quite often. So this opens, we can see our image here, and then here are our basic edit options over on the left side. I'm going to click on Resize. Now notice that initially this image is 1536 pixels by 2048. That's huge. We would not want to put that into our blog post like that. So I'm going to change the size here to 300. I tend to like my images when I use them in my blog posts between 2 and 300. And I'm going to keep the proportions. That keeps it from skewing, so everything still looks good. Now note, you can also do this by percentages instead of pixels. But again, because I tend to know where I want, maybe it's 200, 250, 300 pixel sizes that I'm going to use for the blog post I'm going to apply it to. So I click here on Apply. And now if I save out my picture, I can name it Pebbles Says Talk to the Tail. And notice I get 3 resolution options. Roger, which is a very low quality, very tiny, 24.3. Pierce, 30.9K. Or Sean, which is 77.2K. Higher resolution, but a little bit larger. If you want a clearer picture on your website, the 77.2K isn't bad. When I started, if we look over here in my file manager, this image originally was 2.8 megabytes. So getting it down to 77K is significant. However, for the web, the great resolution, good file size works for me. We're going to go for 30.9 kilobytes here, which will probably round up to 40 if you actually look at it in the file manager. I then click here on Save to My Computer. It's got that name I typed in there on the file name. You just let me know my masterpiece was saved, and I can now go add that into my blog post and have a much more optimized image for the web. To close out, I just click on this little X. I'm back to the main menu. Now I could further edit the picture, design new photos, etc. So that's a quick look at resizing images using PicMonkey. For those who want more on PicMonkey, keep an eye out on the newsletter. I will be sending some more lessons and probably putting a few more in the blog in the future. This is Kim Shivler. Thank you. I'll see you next time.